your current boyfriend comes to you and says, hey, I need somebody to help harm somebody for me. Do you know anyone? And the first person that comes into her mind is her baby daddy. What kind of a person are you? You must follow the law. The law says...
Glorious. Is it a lawsuit? Probably. Why not?
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law with attorney Larry Forman. Folks, today we're going to continue with the Donna Adelson jury trial that is in full swing as we speak in Florida, in Tallahassee. Today we are going to start with Katie McBenowa. We're going to do two videos on her. They're going to be fairly short and sweet. Then we're going to go into Rob, and then, everybody told me I got to do snitch number 2. Snitch number 2 apparently has something. Her name is Drina Bernhardt. And I understand that she has some juicy details to give us as well. I would love to do every single witness from this trial. However, I'm focusing on only the ones that are the most interesting, the most important, the ones that are going to entertain you. They're going to make you laugh. They're going to make you cry. They're going to make you feel stupid. They're going to make you feel like you don't understand what is happening here. Well, I am here to explain. I'm here to elucidate. I am here to make you laugh if I can. So, without further ado, here we go. Part 1 of 2 of Katie McBenowa. She has been convicted and she is serving jail time. That is why she's wearing an orange jumpsuit, in case you were wondering.
Catherine McBenowa, KATHERINEMAGBANUA.
Ms. McBenowa, are you in custody?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you serving a sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
Life.
Life for what? Crime?
For the murder of Anne Markel.
And did you have a trial before you received that sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in that trial, did you testify in your own defense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in that testimony, did you testify that essentially we had it right about everyone else, but you were in the dark, you weren't involved in any way?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And was that true?
No, ma'am.
All right, and you didn't have to testify in your own defense. You could have chosen to remain silent, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you testified also in the...
Katie tried, in her own trial, in her own defense, she tried to pretend like, hey, this was all above my pay grade, this is above my head, it was all Rivera and that other guy, I had nothing to do with it. That failed, she's convicted, so she's like, well, got nothing to lose now, so who are we throwing under the bus today, counselor?
trial in which Garcia was convicted, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And same thing there. You testified, you did not tell the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And why then come now with a different story?
I think that the truth needed to come out, and the people responsible needed to get arrested.
Hold on, lady, how many truths are there? I'm curious, because this seems to be like the third version of the truth now. Am I missing something?
Okay. Are you hoping to get something out of this?
I would eventually like to see my children again one day.
And are you hoping that something can be done for you even after being sentenced?
Yes, ma'am. I'm hoping so.
Okay. Have you been promised anything
No,
in
ma'am,
exchange for your testimony?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Okay. By me or by anyone?
No, ma'am. Nobody.
Okay. Has anybody told you what you need to say here today?
No, ma'am.
Has anybody told you, well, you need to implicate a certain person?
No, ma'am.
Weren't you originally offered immunity in this case to come forward with the truth?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Why did you not take that opportunity?
Well, in the first trial, I was tried with Secretary Garcia, and he was facing the death penalty, and I just couldn't do it.
Okay, because the truth would implicate your child's father.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about the second time?
I've been living a lie this whole time, and it was just so hard to come out with the truth that I kept fighting.
Are you buying anything that she is putting down? I'm not buying a single word that this woman is saying for a second.
Did anybody threaten you or harm you to prevent you from coming forward with the truth?
No, ma'am.
Were you ever promised anything by anyone to, if you'll just remain silent, we'll pay for your kids' education or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
Were you involved in the death of Dan Markel?
Yes, ma'am.
Did we have it right? Were you the middleman between the shooter and Charlie Adelson?
Yes, ma'am.
Who solicited you to become involved in this?
Charlie.
Who was he to you at that time?
We were dating at that time.
When did you start dating Charlie Adelson?
We started dating around 2013 when I was working for Sophie Dental.
Okay. Do you know what month?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And when did you stop dating him?
Probably towards the beginning of 2015.
Now, remember, for those of you who may have forgotten who Katie is the link between the hired guns, the hitmen, and the Adelsons, okay? So Katie was the intermediary. She was the one who Charlie was like, hey, can you get Sigfredo and Luis, obviously not by name, but eventually, can you get them to carry this out, and we will pay you, and you will pay them, and you will make some money, and they'll make some money, and everybody's gonna win, and everybody's gonna be a good, big, happy family now that Dan is dead. You know, like, I don't know what they were expecting, but whatever. That's besides the point. The point is, that was the agreement, and Katie facilitated that agreement. That's why she's serving life in prison.
Okay. Was there a period of time where it kind of wasn't clear whether you were still with Charlie or dating Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, and Garcia is your child's father, right?
Yes.
And what's your history with him? How long were you together?
I've been with Sigfredo Garcia since I was about 18 years old.
All right, so a lot of history there.
Yes, ma'am.
Fair to say that you're on again, off again quite a few times throughout your history together.
Yes, ma'am.
And during one of those off times, is that when you started seeing Charlie Adelson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then toward the end of Charlie Adelson, there was a little bit of overlap with the two men.
Yes, ma'am.
And that sort of is in the middle of the time frame that we're talking about here today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
When did Charlie Adelson first bring this idea up to you that I'm looking for someone to harm my brother-in-law?
This was around October. What stuck out in my head was on Halloween on October 31st.
Okay. And what year was that?
That was 2013.
Okay. And so on Halloween, what is your memory of what y'all were doing that night that you're able to remember that happened that night?
Well, we were out in Lincoln Road. It was like a kind of like a block party in Lincoln Road. And then when we were getting ready to get into our cars, he jumped into my car, and he basically suggested that do I know anybody that can harm someone?
Okay. And were those the words he used, harm?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you know somebody that could harm someone?
Yes, ma'am. At that time, I mean, Sigfredo was the first person that kind of popped in my head.
Okay, I want to approach and...
This is kind of interesting. Just a total aside. You know, your current boyfriend comes to you and says, hey, I need somebody to help harm somebody for me. Do you know anyone? And the first person that comes into her mind is her baby daddy. What kind of a person are you to where you're like, oh, I basically have, you know, pretty much family that can help you out. Somebody I really trust, you know, he's the father of my kids. And now those kids are going to be growing up in foster care as essentially orphans because their parents are incarcerated. Both mom and dad, you know, never going to see the light of day again, more than likely. Obviously, at the time, they didn't know. But besides the point, just think about it. Do you know anyone? Yes. The first person that comes to mind, the father of my children. We can all make some money on this. This is awesome.
Show you an exhibit. It states 36. Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a fair and accurate photograph of you and Charlie Adelson when you all were dating?
Yes, ma'am.
Moving to evidence states 36, Your Honor.
Any objection? States 36 is admitted. You may.
Where was this photograph taken?
That was down at the Keys.
When was it taken?
I believe that was his birthday.
Charlie's birthday?
Charlie's birthday.
In 2013?
Yes, ma'am.
When was his birthday?
October 27th, I believe.
And y'all drove down to the Keys?
Yes, ma'am.
So that would have been just a few days before he broached this subject of harming someone to you on Lincoln Road.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you aware of him sending this photograph to his sister that night?
No,
Or
ma'am. I
that
was
day?
not.
Why would he think that you knew somebody that could harm someone?
Why would Charlie think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I've spoken about Sigfredo, just kind of the situations that we were having, and
So he knew a little bit about your ex's criminal history?
I might have mentioned something along the way, yes.
What did Sigfredo Garcia know about Charlie Adelson?
At that time, I don't think he really knew of him yet.
At some time, did he become aware that you had started dating someone else?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And there's one phone call in the phone records that we're going to hear more about with the next witness. It's from Sigfredo Garcia to Harvey Adelson on July 1st, 2014. Do you know anything about that phone call?
Yes, ma'am. There was a bit of an altercation between Charlie and Sigfredo. I believe prior to that, like a couple hours before that, where like he saw us leaving and then he kind of blocked off where I was like residing. Like we were already in the car, me and Charlie were, and he stopped and started screaming some stuff, but we didn't know what he was talking about.
Okay, so when you first started dating Charlie back sometime shortly before around Halloween of 2013, or October of 2013,
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
right? Garcia didn't know about it.
I
But
believe
it's-
he didn't know anything
Okay,
about
but
it.
at some point he learned and was jealous and there was a confrontation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how does that confrontation explain a phone call to Harvey Adelson?
I think he was trying to contact Charlie, and maybe he somewhat probably Googled, tried to find, and that's the number that he had gotten, which was
Okay, maybe he was looking for Dr. Adelson or something like that?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. But to your knowledge, there's no connection between Garcia and any member of the Adelson family other than you?
No, ma'am.
Who is Luis Rivera?
Sigfredo Garcia's friend.
Okay. And how long have you known him?
For a number of years, over a decade probably.
Okay. Why did you agree when Charlie asked you to enlist somebody to harm someone? Why did you agree to do that?
Oh, at that time, Charlie knew that I was going through financial situations, so I guess he thought, hey, you can make some money.
You needed the money.
Yes, ma'am.
She did it for the money.
And Garcia and Rivera, they were also motivated by money, right?
Of course.
Did Charlie Adelson tell you why he wanted to harm Dan Markel?
At that time, no, ma'am.
What did you learn about Dan Markel over the course of your relationship with Charlie Adelson?
Well, through the course, he was just mentioning that his parents were going through it, that his sister was going through it, that, he basically painted a bad picture of Mr. Markel, and since he knew that I was going through stuff with Sigfredo, it was kind of, I was like sympathizing with his sister because I know how it feels to go through.
Okay, so
Turmoil.
you knew that his sister was having a terrible time with her ex,
Yes, ma'am.
and you had some things going on with Garcia that felt relatable.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, so you decided to use him? Like, okay, have him do this, and then I don't have to worry about him being in my life anymore because he's probably going to get arrested and he's going to serve jail time. Woohoo! Everybody wins. I'm happy. Charlie's happy. We're one big, happy, murderous family.
And what does it mean that his parents are going through it?
He just said that they couldn't sleep, that at some point I think somebody was throwing up. I don't know if it was his mom or his dad, and that it was just becoming a big problem to them.
Okay, and the big problem was Dan Markel.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever meet Donna Adelson?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you meet her?
From my recollection, it was from the dental office.
And why did you go to the dental office?
I needed some cavities and teeth whitening done.
Is that the only time you ever met Donna Adelson?
From my recollection, yes, ma'am.
All right. And did she know you were dating her son when she met you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Interesting, because remember, there was a hypothesis that Katie was going to work in the Adelson dental office, because obviously she was on payroll. But she had no duties, there was no job description. It sounds like the only time she came to the office was to get dental work done herself, not anything related to employment, unless it's going to come up later. I imagine the prosecutor is going to ask about it, but I'm kind of beating her to the punch because obviously we know what's going to happen. We know what her testimony is for the most part, although I'm sure we don't. There are a few pieces that I want to hear from her mouth. You know what they are. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel.
Okay. Were things cordial between you at that meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you discuss anything beyond greetings and pleasantries?
No, ma'am.
After the initial approach of you at Lincoln Road on Halloween, was there any more discussion with Charlie Adelson about this potential job?
Throughout, the couple weeks whenever I had a chance to hang out with him, he would mention here and there.
How often were you seeing each other during this time frame?
Probably, I had children, so I always, if I could get out and I can find a babysitter, I'd go over to his house, or we'd have dinner, hang out.
Okay, would that be like once a week, 3 times a week, once a month?
About 2 times a week.
2 times a week. And would you stay over, or would you just go for dinner?
Sometimes I would stay over, yes, ma'am.
And you're saying when you would go over there and hang out with him, sometimes there would be further conversation about this potential job where you're going to be paid to hire someone or enlist someone to harm Dan Markel.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and did you learn any more details about what needed to be done?
No, ma'am. He never gave me any details.
And so he would just continue to say the same things?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
He would just tell me that they were going through hard times.
Okay, so the conversations typically were, my family is really suffering under this situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay. Did not answer the question. Please refrain.
A little late for that, Judge.
In these conversations, are you asked, like, have you secured anyone? Are you asked further questions about who's going to be doing it?
No, ma'am.
Did you tell him, like, yes, I can do it?
Yes, I just agreed to it.
Okay.
That I had somebody.
All right. And during these conversations with Charlie Adelson, was there ever a time when he's in the middle of these conversations with you about what's going to happen, speaking to his mother?
Sometimes he would get on the phone, he'd kind of look at me weird, and then just step out of the room and discuss whatever he needed to discuss.
Giving information about what was discussed outside of court.
The rule is talking about what took place, not the substance of the conversation itself. You may continue.
All right, so he would step out, have a conversation with his mother, and then come back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then you would resume the conversation about.
Yeah, he would just kind of go off again, saying that this needed to be taken care of, and what his family was going through.
All right. How many times did this particular situation happen where you were discussing what would eventually become the murder, and his mother was interjected in that way that you just described?
How many times did I think he stepped out and
Yes.
speak to him? A number of times.
More than twice?
Yes, ma'am.
More than 5 times?
Yes, ma'am.
So this was like a regular part of the way this worked whenever this conversation came up?
Yes,
He would
ma'am.
consult his mother and come back and speak to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did he ever?
Yeah, that's a stupid objection. You're just drawing too much attention. Stop talking. The defense lawyer has no reason to object at all. All you're doing is you're drawing more attention to it and you're showing how much this hurts your case. Just sit there. This is not the time to object. You are drawing way too much attention to a fact that is extremely, extremely detrimental to your case. Charlie is talking to Katie about harming Danny, and in the process of talking to make sure that Donna is squeaky clean, quote unquote, throughout this whole ordeal, Charlie leaves the room, comes back, talks to Katie, leaves the room, talks to Donna, comes back, talks to Katie, leaves the room, talks to Donna, and he's like the ping pong between the two of them. Like, Katie, so what can we do? How can we do it? Da, da, da. Okay, cool. Hey, Mom, so this is what she said. What should I tell her? Ask her. Da da da. Okay. Hey, Katie, what should da da da? Okay, cool. All right. Hey, Mom, this is what she said. Like, you see the pattern here. And Donna, she's got a very interesting look on her face. I happened to freeze it on a frame that is on Donna's face, and she is completely emotionless. It's almost like she's accessing her memory file because she's remembering how it all went down. No remorse, no emotion, no disgust with her own actions. This woman is the definition of a sociopath, if I may be so bold. This is a woman who hired someone to take out her son-in-law, and I guarantee for the longest time she was proud of it, because she took care of business. Her daughter couldn't, the courts couldn't, so Donna took it upon herself. Donna gets the job done. Oh God, please shoot me in the head.
Did he ever relay to you, my mom says whatever?
He didn't. He never specifically said what he spoke to his mom about. No.
Okay. But did you understand that getting the job done would relieve the stress on Charlie Adelson and his family?
Yes, ma'am.
Rules.
Did you understand that getting the job done would relieve the stress on Charlie Adelson and his family?
Yes, ma'am.
At some point, did you learn this isn't going to be just harming, like, I don't know, maybe punch him in the face or something? It's going to be a murder.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do you know specifically when you learned that?
There was an envelope that Charlie had given me one day that I went over to his house, and he told me not to open it, and that he had worn gloves to close it, and that was basically it. And that I was the understanding of to pass it on to whoever I knew could take care of it.
Okay. And when it's pass it on to whoever you knew, the name Sigfredo Garcia is used or is not used?
No, it was never used.
Okay. And is that, when we're talking about this conspiracy in general terms, are you in general trying to insulate the co-conspirator on this side of you from the one over here?
Yes, ma'am. I was basically in the middle.
So you don't talk about Charlie to Sigfredo, and you don't talk about Sigfredo to Charlie?
No, ma'am.
But they both
Knew that it was to them, yes.
Okay. He said he wore gloves when he put whatever he put.
So there's kind of like a double Chinese wall between them. That's very interesting. They thought they were being so smart about it. They legitimately thought that everyone was going to get away with it. Hey, I'm wearing gloves when I'm sealing this envelope, so nobody will ever know that it was me. Because there are no fingerprints on the envelope. Not mine, at least. Huh. Interesting.
In the envelope.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so he told you, don't open it, don't touch what's in there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And what kind of envelope was it?
It was a manila envelope.
Was there any writing on the envelope or anything on the outside?
No, ma'am. It was blank.
All right. So the envelope goes into your diaper bag, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you take it and Sigfredo gets it from you?
Yes, well, eventually when I came home, because I usually have that diaper bag, that's like my little weekend bag. And when I came home, I contacted Sigfredo and I was like, hey, I have a package for you. Just come by whenever you can.
Did you open it and see what was inside?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did Charlie Adelson say anything to you about where he printed the documents that were contained inside?
He did mention that he would never, he's like, oh, I didn't print this in my, the office that he had in his home. Probably printed in one of the offices that he worked at.
Because he would frequent a bunch of different offices,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay. All right, so you gave this package to Garcia, and did he open it in your presence?
No, ma'am. He literally took it and left out the door.
All right, and had you talked to him beforehand about, hey, I'm going to give you some instructions about a job?
No, there was no conversation about it. Basically, just I have that package, and then he took it.
But how
and
did he
left.
know what the package was? Had you talked to him at all about, hey, I got a job for you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Like I told him that that I have potential person that needed to get harmed or beat up from my understanding at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, okay.
Okay.
For the record, I don't buy it for a second. If you need someone beat up, I mean, hell, breaking his knee, I don't know why she was like punching him in the face. Like, come on, lady, don't be afraid. Be like, we need to take care of somebody, break his kneecaps, break his neck. I mean, I don't know, beat him up, make him feel serious pain or something like that. If that was the case, there would be no manila envelope being passed around. If there's an envelope being passed, and he's wearing gloves, you know exactly what's in that envelope, honey. Come on. If you don't, you're either willfully ignorant or you're just stupid. And you don't seem like either of those things. You knew exactly what was happening. I don't buy it for a second.
All right, so I want to ask you about the June trip. In June, did you provide Garcia with any money for expenses associated with that June trip?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you get the money from to give to Garcia?
From Charlie.
Okay, how much money was it?
From my recollection, it was a couple $100, less than $5, maybe.
This was just for gas and whatever was needed to get to Tallahassee and back?
Yes, ma'am. I just didn't know where he was going. I didn't know. about
Okay,
Tallahassee.
but you knew it was for this job that we're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and at that point you knew it was a murder because the envelope had been passed, right?
Yes, the envelope was passed towards kind of like in the beginning of the year, so we're already in June at that time.
All right. And when you went to Charlie to get the money for the expenses, what did you say?
I needed some money for for the job that he had told me about, and that they needed to either scope it out or just funds to get out of town.
Okay. So your understanding was the first mission to Tallahassee, or you didn't know it was to Tallahassee, but the first trip that needed funds was going to be like a scoping trip, not to actually accomplish the murder.
Yeah, to my understanding, yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you give that money to Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And after the June trip happened, how did Charlie Adelson react to, I guess, just things not progressing along very quickly with this job?
Well, since I guess nothing happened and something was to happen, he was like, well, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. So Sigfredo didn't tell me anything. He's just MIA again because he just kind of goes in and out of my life.
So sometimes he'd be hard to reach.
Yes, ma'am.
And were you worried that like maybe he'd taken this few $100s and now he's
Of
gone
course.
off the grid and I can't really give any information to Charlie about what's happening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you getting any pressure put on you to get the job done?
Yes, ma'am, from Charlie.
And did that increase over time, like between, I specifically want to know about between the June trip and the ultimate murder trip?
Yes, ma'am. He was a little bit more adamant and persistent. Well, Katie, why hasn't anything been happening? What's going on?
And were you then in turn putting some pressure on Garcia to get it done, make it happen?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you relay the message to the killers that the...
And by the way, that look on Donna's face, if I may be so bold once again, do I detect shame and guilt? Do you guys see what I see? Go back and watch it again if you have to, just to kind of like the moment when the prosecutor asks about the June and July trips and the camera pans over to Donna. She's got this like hanging her head, you know, and like I can't believe I did this look on her face. Am I alone in this? Let me know in the comments below. And as you scroll past, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
was going to be going out of town the day after he ultimately was killed.
No, ma'am. I had
you
no
know-
knowledge.
You didn't know anything about Dan Markel's travel schedule.
No, ma'am.
Do you know whether his travel schedule was contained in the documents inside that manila envelope?
I would think a lot of information was there because for some reason, Sigfredo knew information and Charlie knew information, and that's why the whole confusion was on me. And it's
Okay. But you don't know what was in there. You didn't look at it, and you didn't relay that message about the travel.
no, ma'am. Had no knowledge of it.
All right. I want to show you a text that was sent between the June trip and the murder trip. It's 86C. There's a text message where you are asking Charlie Adelson to put you on the payroll. Basically, you need to be able to show that you're working. Do you remember sending that text message?
To Charlie?
Yes.
I believe so, if you can show me.
I will.
Okay.
Was there a reason that you wanted to be at least part of your payment for this to be through the payroll at Adelson Institute?
Well, I was going through like insurance purposes for my son, so I needed to be put on payroll so that I can show that I was making a certain amount of money.
Okay.
Oh,
But
it was a ploy to make it look legitimate. Like I'm not, selling drugs on the street. Like, how did you obtain this money? This is a lot of money. How did you get it? Oh, I work at a dental office. What's your job description? Yes.
couldn't be too much money, right?
Yeah, it couldn't be too much money.
And so, were you actually doing any work for your payment at
There it
Adelson
is.
Institute?
No, ma'am, I
That's
was
what I was
not.
waiting for. Nope.
Show you this. Publish it. This judge is going to be in 81, and I can't read the slide number. This is in evidence, so I can see it when I publish it. Alright, so take a moment to review that.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so here you're asking him, I need help on the employment. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you referring to getting on the payroll at Adelson Institute?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that something you all had talked about before you sent this text, or is this the first he's hearing about it?
I don't know if I spoke to him prior to being on the payroll.
Okay, how does he know what you're talking about when you say, I'm going to need help on the employment?
I guess he just figured, since he has an office, that he'd be able to help me.
Okay, and he says no problem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he actually put you on the payroll at this time? This is June.
At that time, I'm not 100% if I was already on payroll. Not yet. I don't think so.
The evidence indicates that you didn't receive your first paycheck until approximately 2 months after the murder was completed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and so did you feel like you could ask for this before the job was done because you knew you were getting the job done?
I believe so. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, was the payments that you received from the Adelson Institute part of your compensation for your arranging of this murder?
I would think so. Yes, ma'am.
I would think so? I would think so? I would think so? Really? Come on, lady, you're already here. Like, This is the time. This is the time. You said you wanted to speak the truth. You're tired of lying and then lying again and then lying again or whatever. How many times that you've lied on the stand trying to protect your own butt and your baby daddy's butts. Both of your butts, I mean. And now she's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, I don't, maybe he wanted to pay me because I was such a good girlfriend. He wanted to fake employ me just so that I have health coverage for my children's. Please. Anyway, I think this is a good place to stop. We're going to continue with this later today. We're going to finish up Katie, and then tomorrow we're going to go into Rob Adelson. And folks, I have heard some things about his testimony. I just want to give you a little preface. Apparently, there were a couple of moments where, well, actually, you know what? I don't want to give it away. You're going to have to watch it. Okay? I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. I love you all. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.